What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping into Destiny 2 for the weekly reset, and it's the 14th of January, so bit of a strange one this week. We were supposed to be getting the first hotfix of the year for the game, but unfortunately that has been delayed, so we'll talk about what's going on with that in just a moment, but otherwise, of course, the Dawning has come to an end for 2019. And so, we have the in-game reset, and it is a bit of a quieter one this week as we wait for other quests and events to kick off, and really all of that stuff is going to be taking place between the end of January and mid-February, so bear that in mind in terms of the upcoming roadmap, but otherwise with that said, let's get into the weekly reset for this week. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, a rating below is very much appreciated, but otherwise let's get straight into it. First up, for the hotfix that we were supposed to be getting today, Bungie Help did tweet, and they said due to an issue, Hotfix 2.7.02 will no longer be releasing on Tuesday, January 14th, and will provide more updates as soon as they become available. So I was kind of expecting a bit of a bad reaction to this. Of course, Bungie were going to be fixing the issue with the European Dead Zone Obelisk where you can't interact with it, as well as the problem where Eververse continuously flashes at us, but actually, quite a few players are happy that the hotfix isn't happening just yet, because we know that Bungie were also going to fix the Wish Ender. So, of course, Wish Ender is doing more damage than intended at the moment, and it means that the Reign of Terror doesn't end just yet. And so, of course, I will keep you posted with the news here on the channel when Bungie update us on what's going to happen with the hotfix, so stay tuned for that. Now, as we get into the reset inside of the game, I'm just updating this video because players are reporting that Osiris has a secret mission, which essentially looks like another Corridors of Time mission available this week, if you go and visit him in the Sundial Spire. My clanmates have confirmed that this is a thing, so be sure to go and check that out, and I will keep you posted if it turns out to be anything pretty crazy. Definitely a little bit of a surprise right there. But otherwise, I did actually get an overlay talking about solar subclass updates, and I believe those were the ones that we got at the start of Season of Dawn. But otherwise, there are some solar-themed emotes available this week, which we'll look at in a moment. In terms of drops and rewards though, of course, powerful gear has reset. We've got the Sundial, as well as the Legend Sundial, so when you clear the first run on the Legend Sundial, you will get a Pinnacle drop for the first reward that you actually choose, definitely worth bearing that one in mind. But then otherwise, other Pinnacle rewards will be coming from the usual places, so we've got Nightmare Hunts, Isolation, and then we've got Servitude right there, as well as Pride. Otherwise, we've got the Dungeon, which can drop a Pinnacle reward, and then the Raid, of course. And if you are curious about the Raid challenge this week, it's going to be the To The Top challenge, so bear that one in mind. Separate to this, we do have our Flashpoint, and that's going to be Nessus this week, so we've got powerful drops there, and in a minute we'll talk about the strikes and all the other drops, but of course for the Eververse store right here, we do have some of the updated solar emotes, so I believe they're going to be available inside of either the seasonal tab. Oh yeah, they're right here, so we've got the Nail on the Head. I'm not sure if these have been featured whatsoever before today, but Bungie have decided to feature them nonetheless. And we're looking at other Titan finishers right there, but it's showing me a Titan one. And then, of course, we've got the Sunbreaker's Anticipation, which is another solar one for the Titan. So if you want to check any of these out, of course, they are silver purchases. But for Bright Dust stuff, on the front page, we do have the Abyssal Scream, which is the Tractor Cannon ornament right there. The Traitor Primus Shell, which is a pretty cool ghost shell. And then the Cabal Shield Breaker, as well as the Grayscale Undergrowth. And we've got our consumables on the front page. But for the main Bright Dust section right here, we've got the Shake It Out emote. The same ghost shell as on the front page. Then we've got the Ash Angel, which is a new Sparrow right there. The Credence ornament for the Trust. The Abyssal Scream once again. Then we've got the Gauntlets for the future-facing set for the Titans at least. And the Red Legion projection, as well as the Triumphant projection and the Box of Tricks Transmat effect. Then we've got the Chitin Slate, as well as the Welded Brass shaders, and more consumables and that good stuff. And look, despite the fact that the Dawning has ended, here we are, and we've still got Dawning stuff in the tower, but I guess it's just a glitch. This week's Nightfall Ordeal takes place on Io, so we're either going to have the Pyramidion or the new Corrupted Strike that we got back in Shadowkeep. I forget the name of it all the time. But for our traditional Nightfalls, we do have a Garden World, and from here you can get the Universal Wave Function, that's the exotic exclusive drop, and then we've got the Tree of Probabilities, which of course drops the DFA hand cannon and then the Corrupted Strike. So if you need to hunt down the Horror's Least, this week will be a good time for that, as well as DFA if that's one you've never picked up. To some of our legacy content though, we have the Menagerie with Solar Singe, Grounded, and Brawler in the normal mode, and then Heroic has Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Singe available this week. Seeing as we're at Nessus, we may as well take a look at the Prestige raids from Year 1, so this is for the raid lairs, and we do have Arsenal, and then Arms Master with anything in the kinetic slot, a fusion rifle in the energy slot, and a fusion rifle in the power slot. However, if it is Reckoning that you fancy jumping into, we've got Void Singe up today, as well as Heavyweight, so that should be a pretty fun one. When it comes to the Escalation Protocol, the boss this week is going to be Naxod the Famine, and that boss is capable of dropping all 3 of the Ikelos weapons, so of course they are random drops when you take the boss down, and Bungie fixed all related issues with the loot dropping from the chests, so if you want to farm Armor 2.0 versions of armor and things like that, bear in mind some of the quality of life updates that it did bring to Escalation Protocol, as it could be something different to do in the downtime while we wait for the roadmap to liven up again. Of course, outside of that though, we have the Dreaming City cycle of content, and this week's Ascendant challenge, if you are still completing those, is the Chimera Garrison, which is accessed via the Chamber of Starlight in the Rhea Sylvia section of the map. So, if you do happen to be completing Ascendant challenges and you want locations, corrupted eggs, and collectibles for that, I'll run the gameplay that has all of the info you'll need at the end of the video, but of course otherwise that sums up Weekly Reset for now. I know it's definitely been a bit of a quieter time for the game. Of course, we firstly had the holiday season, and things do tend to get pretty quiet for a couple of weeks around then, but also Bungie are kind of working up towards the end of January when we get the Bastion quest, and the week after we get Empyrean Foundation, which I believe is going to kick off a bunch of other kind of quest content for the season. Then we get Crimson Days as well, so considering in that month we'll probably get some information about the next season, yeah, late January and February should be a little bit livelier than what we've had through the bulk of January. But guys, if you are new to the channel and you want me to keep you up to date with Destiny news, guides, and all that good stuff, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. And otherwise, if you found the video useful, a rating really helps me out. Let us know if you're still grinding anything out in Destiny at the moment, down in the comment section. But otherwise, thank you as always for tuning in, and whatever you guys get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.